station. Express Rahul station, Netaji Bhavan.
Time to go to the capital city in Delhi, where we will see a contest between the Delhi Capitals and the Gujarat Titans. Lots could happen on the points table. There is an outside chance of 3 teams qualifying for the playoffs of this season of the IPL. You're watching Voltas presents Cricbuzz Live. Joy Bhattacharjya, Lisa Sthalekar with all the answers to all the questions that we have. GT, big one. They've won the toss and they've chosen to bowl first. DC, meanwhile, will bat first. It's a team that's lost their star bowler, Mitchell Starc. How would that impact their team and their chances? Lots happening. But early reactions, GT is looking like a team that's most likely to go through, given where they are. They could go top of the table today.
They could go top of the table today. I think they're looking to close this. And I think the big race right now is top 2.
Yeah.
And both RCB and GT are looking at that top 2 there. And Punjab is looking... Can I get in there as well? Because, 2 chances in a tournament, which is a knockout tournament, is always a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think today is the day where all this is getting decided.
Yeah.
And as we speak, the Punjab game is getting completed. All this is being decided today.
Let's take a look at the Gujarat Titans 11. Are there any changes? Shubman Gill has won the toss. And in fact, there is one change. Kagiso Rabada comes in. Out goes Rahul. Lisa, how do you see this change panning out for Gujarat Titans playing on a pitch? It's a used pitch, short boundaries on the sides. How do you look at this change?
Yeah, an important change, really. The extra speed, airspeed makes a big impact. It doesn't matter what type of pitch you're playing on. Extra airspeed can cause some difficulty if Kagiso Rabada gets it right. So I'm happy to see him back in the side, and no doubt he'll want to put behind everything that's just happened recently and let the cricket do the talking.
Yes, a good opportunity, and it's very important that in the business end, you want your most experienced bowler coming in.
Absolutely. That's the point I wanted to make. And I'll tell you one more thing. If you look at Gujarat Titans, they have a philosophy with bowlers, which is very different from the way other teams look at it. From the start, Gujarat Titans have picked up and chosen bowlers who take wickets.
Yep.
They don't look at economy rates because they say that, look, if my bowlers get wickets for me, he might go for 9-10, it doesn't matter. If he gets me wickets, it's important. And therefore, they've always chosen class bowlers, whether Shami's done well for them, Shiraz has done well for them, because you have class quality bowlers whose job is to go and take wickets. Rabada fits in perfectly there because, every time Rabada used to bowl, even for Punjab or for Delhi before that, he's trying to do both. He's trying to take wickets. He's trying to, keep his economy rate. It doesn't work. You have a thoroughbred like Rabada, let him run. Let him go and try and get wickets for you.
He'll be bowling in tandem with Prasidh Krishna, Mohammad Siraj. There's a fair bit of spin variety as well. And clearly, Sai Sudarshan will come in. No need to mention who that one impact sub will be at the end of the innings. Now, Delhi's 11 will not see Mitchell Starc. He will not be a part of the IPL this season anymore. He'll rest a little bit and then he goes to the WTC final. In comes Mustafizur Rahman. But the absence of Mitchell Starc, Lisa, huge loss. How do Delhi deal with this?
Well, they've tried to deal with it by bringing in 2 left-handers, really, isn't it? Natarajan as well as Mustafizur Rahman. Yeah. So we know the Fizz. When you think of the Fizz, you think of him in orange and being so successful for Hyderabad quite a number of seasons ago. So you hope that the fact that he hasn't been part of this tournament in the early stages and comes in now might have an impact. And also the fact that the pitches are slightly older. We know that his cutters, his slower deliveries can be really effective. So whilst he hasn't got the pace and maybe the Yorker ability of Mitch Starc, he has got some wonderful variation and has been successful in the IPL in the past.
He played a T20 game last night in Sharjah, takes a morning flight and is ready to play.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking. I said, only Lisa works this hard. She's sitting in Australia, staying up till 2:30 at night. So the only 2 people you want to give a effort medal this time is Mustafizur and Lisa. They're the 2 medalists for us.
But the absence of Starc, DC have an outside chance of qualifying. They win tonight, it'll affect the other teams as well, Joy.
Yeah. If they win tonight, a lot of other things happen. The only thing that happens if they win tonight is that RCB is immediately through.
Yep.
Because what happens is, that's the big equation where it's happened. This game actually makes sure Either one way 3 teams qualify or 1 team qualifies.
Yeah.
If they win tonight, okay, then RCB is through. No, RCB is not. Even RCB is not through.
Not through yet.
No, even RCB is not through because
If GT win, then RCB, GT,
and this one Punjab is through.
Punjab goes through.
Punjab goes through.
Let's take a look
GT
at the
win,
scenario.
those 3 go
There's a lot of confusion. Why don't we look at the qualification scenario? Just to be very sure, because we don't want to get it wrong. This is how it is.
Yeah. But this qualification scenario stood straight when we didn't know the Punjab result.
Punjab has won.
Now Punjab has won, which means if today GT wins, GT, Punjab, RCB, all 3 go through.
The simple thing, Lisa, would be for teams in action to just win and not worry about the other things. It's just too confusing.
Yeah, look, there'll be, this is what I love about a cricket team, right? And even within support staff, there will be people, individuals that won't even watch the game, won't tune in, won't even look at the scorecards, will go out for a nice meal and having a nice, enjoyable time. There will be others that are living and breathing and calculating the net run rate and they have to win by this and that. And and the great thing is we need all of those type of people in a team. But yeah, I think, and I was the type of player, control the controllables, and that's you playing good cricket whenever you get the chance. So all DC need to worry about what's in front of them now is Gujarat, and they have to win that. It's as simple as that.
For Punjab, though, they've done half the job. They're just 1 win away from qualification. They aren't there yet.
1 win away from qualification.
2 games.
No, or they are 1 win away from GT helping them qualify.
It's true as well.
Yeah. So basically, right now, after taking off his red jersey, he's going to go and find a dark blue and silver jersey. Ricky Ponting is going to wear it and sit in front of the television set. I promise you that's going to happen.
Right. And it's moments like these where you rely on your talisman. As far as the Gujarat Titans are concerned, their most reliable player is their captain Shubman Gill, and he is someone they'll be looking at. He is our player to watch out for, powered by Vida. That's Hero's brand new electric scooter. Very reliable, very trusted. Shubman Gill's earned that tag of being reliable for GT. Consistent performances with the bat through the years, and this year is looking a lot more relaxed, a lot more reliable as captain as well.
Absolutely. I think when you look at it from 24-25 and last year, 426 runs, and you look at that 426 runs at average of 38, it looks really good to you.
Yeah.
But why don't you look at it with that much seriousness? Because the year before it was 890 runs.
Yep.
So 890 runs is the second highest ever score in all time in the history of the
After
IPL.
Virat.
After Virat.
Yep.
So that is the level at which you are. So this year, he's showing a bit of a swagger, more than 500 runs, so many matches still to go, then definitely, almost surely, they'll be a part of the qualifiers. You're looking at 600-700 runs from him, and I think that is the man that we know. And also what's happened is, there's one part about how many runs you scored, but the other is also how well your team is doing.
Yeah.
And last year was his first year as captain, growing pains. That team did not qualify. For him to be there and his team to qualify, that is the reliability that he is giving upfront with Sai Sudarshan and with Joss Butler to follow up. So what he's giving you is reliability at a very high operating level. Yeah. Because the strike rate at which he's getting it, if you look at that graphic again.
50 and 150.
Yeah. 150 at a strike rate of 150. And what was his problem in the early days? Early days, they were always telling his strike rate used to be between 125 and 135.
Yeah.
So KKR days, they'd say, great, but he needs to bat a little bit faster.
Yeah.
He's now giving you reliability at that kind of pace, and that's important.
Lisa, I know you look at the finer details of these individual performances. What, in your mind, has been the differentiator? Is it him starting to enjoy captaincy? Is that rubbing off positively on his batting as well, and therefore these numbers?
Yeah, I think Joy touched on it, growing pains. I mean, he was only 24 last year when he took over the captaincy, so another year wiser, understanding how Ashish Nehra works as well, who's probably a little bit left field from a coaching point of view. So how do you deal with him? How do you deal with franchise? Like when you take on captaining, a lot of players just think it's the tactical side out on the field. But there is so much more that goes to that. And it can be quite tiring and exhausting. And then by the time you get to your own skill, you're cooked. You're already cooked. You're already mentally burnt out. So I think probably just balancing everything. That's probably what I've seen from him. We know his class. We know he can score big. We know that he's been consistent and reliable for such a long period of time. But I think the captaincy last year just tweaked things, just challenged him. But he's risen to the occasion.
Now, let's keep franchise cricket aside for a while. He finds himself at a very interesting juncture. There is a lot of talk in the media that he could be India's next test captain as well, with Virat and Rohit gone. Has Gill done enough? I'm sure you can't compare T20 captaincy to red ball, but has he done enough to inspire confidence that he can be a very reliable asset as leader, as captain for the Indian test team?
Look, I would love him to have the opportunity to be a reliable batter for the Indian test team before you further burden him by making him captain as well.
Okay.
England is not an easy tour. Okay, it's going to be a tough tour. Two of your stalwarts, two of the greatest players that we've had in the last couple of decades have just retired. So, for a young kid, 24, 25-year-old, who's just about, and his test average is not great. So I would say let him enjoy his batting, let him do well his batting. Perhaps it's too early to burden him with captaincy.
Lisa, for you, where does he feature in that pecking order?
I'm slightly different.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Yeah. I know I'm not sitting next to you, Joy, but we'll have a nice little banter here. I think they actually need to look at someone for the future. Yes, he may be a little bit raw, a little bit green, but if the support network around him is strong enough, and the selectors, Ajit Agarkar, understands that, okay, his performances may dip slightly, but this is the guy for the future. And from all reports, the reports coming back from selectors, staff, players is good with his leadership style. He seems to be groomed, doesn't he? The fact that he did those 5 T20s in Zimbabwe. If not now, when? That's my real question. If not now, when? Because then you put someone for a stopgap and then change again.
I have a lot of things to say, but since I haven't captained the World Cup winning team, and the other person here has...
Neither have I, actually, Joy. Neither have I. I was vice-captain that time.
That's all. She was only vice-captain and captain of Australia for the longest time.
Small matter.
The most successful women's cricket team ever. Actually, if you look at it in total numbers, the most successful cricket team ever is the Australian women's cricket team. In real numbers.
When an ICC Hall of Famer talks, all of us very politely listen, because she most
and should I just call Ajit and say, this is what's happening? There's a little opinion out here, you should probably listen.
Mr. Agarkar, this one's for you. But yes, Shubman Gill is someone that this team relies on, and he is clearly a player to watch out for. Powered by Vida, that's Hero's brand new electric scooter. Now, let's take a look at what happened in that Punjab game. Terrific effort in that chase by the Rajasthan Royals, and they fell short by only 10 runs. It's a game that told us that the possibilities are endless in this format. And of course, Punjab will be glad that they've done half the job. Shashank Singh with that innings of 59 not out of 30. Courtesy that performance is our coolest performer of the match, powered by Voltas. Shore come. Calm zyada. Batting was very easy, looked easy on this pitch. And Lisa, if it wasn't for this innings, who knows, the result might have been different.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about an impact player doing what he needs to do. And we spoke about it at the innings break, or maybe it was at the start of the show, about what he's been able to consistently. You look at the average, his strike rate. And then also, forget the actual batting point of view, then also to kind of lead on the field as well in such a crucial match. So I think hands down, he's been the coolest player, the player of the match, in my opinion, of what he's been able to do on the field.
The 33-year-old runs in the first innings and then captaincy as well. Shreyas Iyer will be a very relaxed, happy captain.
Yeah, absolutely. Shreyas Iyer caught up and he was standing out there, but he let him do it. Interestingly, Ponting came onto the field and we had the opportunity to see this one exchange between Ponting and him. And the thing about him was the way you could see the conversation between them, he was totally switched on. So, Ponting was saying something and says, yeah, I've already done that. Let's try and do this. And of course, this thing. And within a minute, Ponting knew, this guy knew what he, there's a particular way you deal with people who you're not sure of what you're doing. You pat them on the back and say, no, you're okay, you're doing fine. There's a way where coaches try and tell players when they think that this guy's needs to be consoled.
Yeah.
Here it was, okay, you've done this, right? Try next time this, okay? And he's saying, yeah, I've done this, I'll try this. And he was totally cool. And I thought that, for me, was a bigger message about their confidence in him than anything anyone will talk about.
They were 89 after the power play when that solid partnership between Vaibhav and Jaiswal happened. And then past 100 in the first 10, the back 10 really is where Shashank Singh showed his potential as captain, as stand-in captain. And he did end up becoming our coolest performer of the match, powered by Voltas, Shor Kam Zyada. 5 4s and 3 6s in that innings. Now, the Delhi Capitals will be batting first, and one man that is expected to do well. He's it's been a story of two halves for him. In the first 3 games, we saw him perform very differently, but the last few games, he's looked a bit lost. Joy, what have you noticed?
Who are we talking about?
KL Rahul.
No, I think KL Rahul is one of their top performers.
There are a lot of players who have to score runs. But yeah, KL Rahul.
But I think this is a story of Delhi.
Yeah.
This has been the story of Delhi this year. I think they started beautifully. They won 4 of their top 4. They've tailed off a bit. Fraser McGurk did not come off, but they always had other guys who were doing enough for them.
Yeah.
And I think somewhere their batting has started to stutter. The only person who's still been giving them consistency is Tristan Stubbs, who's still doing it for them. They need now some of their top order. And I think this break, if it's not been good for anybody, I think it's been perfect for Delhi. Because first they were like the wrong side of a 121 in 10 over match, which got called off. So that was a match that would have been very difficult for them to win. Now that match has been rescheduled. They've got a chance to, take in their breath and, look at situations. They have a chance to sort of calm themselves down. Yeah. This is great for them. I think KL Rahul will really benefit from this break because now, that fear of, what's happened? The game is slipping away from us. That's gone. They've had a little bit of time to think about it. I think they'll stabilize now. Samir
Rizvi has come into this lineup. Where does KL Rahul bat and what do you tell him? Because clearly they've got to win this one to stay in the hunt.
Yeah, look, I don't know where they're going to bat KL. And to be fair, I think he's shown that he can bat anywhere, can't he? I think also the pitch, it's a driest pitch as well. So you get a sense that it's going to be hard work for the batters. It may ease up with some dew and things like that for the second innings. But when that's the case, that's almost when KL is the best. There's always been discussions around his strike rate, but the fact that he's always scored lots of runs means he plays the situation really well. Yeah. And given where Delhi are, I get a sense that tonight's the night for him to really shine and lead from the front.
Right, their 11 will show you that there are only 3 foreign players in their batting first 11. And that means that from the Impact 5, Joy, you'd look at someone like a Dushmantha Chamira to come in the second.
I'd definitely look at Chamira to come in. But look, if they have a collapse, and they've tried the Karun Nair for 3-4 matches and it's just not worked out for them. But I think if they lose early wickets, if they lose 2-3 wickets up front, Karun Nair might come in. Yeah. My sense is that this is a Delhi team who know that they have to do the running against. Yeah. So they will be trying to go hard. And if they lose wickets, expect Karun Nair to come in. Yeah. Because I think that's the way they're going to play this game. Porel goes out, Porel goes out, Karun Nair comes in, or Faf is out, Karun Nair comes in to replace him. They will find a way to do that because they need to get a 200, 220 today.
DC, GT, who's your money on? It's monopoly money, so don't worry.
I mean, if it's monopoly money or any other money, I'd say on current form it's GT. But I think DC is desperate enough. So I think that's the thing. There'll be that extra little bit of desperation. And it made a difference. I mean, you saw today how at one point in the game, Punjab looked totally out of it. Yeah. They were being smashed. I mean, 15, 16 and over was being done easily. And then how they because they were desperate enough, they held on. Punjab won the last match because they wanted the win more than Rajasthan. That's a simple fact of it. And I think Delhi will want it more today.
Is that what gives DC the edge, maybe an outside chance? Or do you go with a team that's shown more consistency through the season? GT?
I'm going to go with the Titans, just to roll up, Joy. But I think the fact that GT have won the toss and elected to bowl first, this is where, I go back to KL and almost liking him a little bit like Virat. I don't know what his numbers are, but chasing, he seems to be really in control and is able to pace his innings really well. Whereas I'm not sure they'll know what a good enough total is. So you're right. I think they're going to go hard, and that might be the undoing for them. Whereas GT is more consistent. They've still got their big aces really within their side. So I see them overpowering the Delhi team tonight.
Just in from the Arun Jaitley Stadium, KL Rahul is in fact opening the innings with Faf du Plessis Siraj ready to bowl the first over very quickly. First innings predictions. Short square boundaries. Go for it. Go big.
Yeah, 211.
Lisa.
191.
Okay, I'm going to go 206 for DC batting first. Enjoy the innings. Come right back to join us on Voltas Presents Cricbuzz Live. Bye-bye.
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವವರೇ
Hyderabad Punjab Express Railway Station, Netaji Obot.